to get into it.
Just get into it.
It's
Start
fresh on my
getting
mind.
on it.
It's fresh on my mind, man. This fucking all this Diddy shit. I just watched like I went back and forth. I watched this for third episode. Then my wife came in. She's like, "Hey, I want to watch it with you. Do you know
Oh,
where,
okay.
she's like, do you know where I left off?" And I was like, I think the second episode, so we watched the second episode, the whole thing. So we watched second
Yeah.
and third today.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. How you doing?
Doing the same. Doing the same. Doing all right, man. Just chilling. Hanging out with the fam for a little bit. The siblings.
The siblings?
The siblings. My brother and sister.
That's cool. Are you the
Yeah.
oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of eight.
Damn.
Yeah. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny
But
because
I live with my me, my sister, and my brother. We all same mom, so we all three live together.
it's funny whenever you post pictures of your dad, he
Mm-hmm.
looks just like you, bro. Like you look just
Think
like
so?
him. You look, I think so. I mean, I could see a very, very strong similarity.
Hmm.
You don't
I
get that
maybe
a
I
lot.
think. I mean, I feel like my other siblings do because they're more of his complexion. So to me, they look more like him because they're like more darker skin like him. But yeah, yeah, I'm the junior. So I guess maybe now I'm getting older, I look like I'm just this low. I'm my mom's complexion, but I look like him. Though, I guess.
I haven't seen your mom, but I've seen your dad, and
Yeah.
I feel like you look like him a lot.
Now I think if you see a picture with me and my mom, it's like, oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay, okay.
maybe not.
Right, right, right. Okay.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah,
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 that's cool. Same with me though. I look like my dad. I mean, my dad's older, so he looks way different. But
yeah.
when he was younger, I look I people would say I look like him a lot. Even like now, like
Oh,
probably now, I look like my dad at my age, you know?
yeah. I
But like
would. You know
my
what? That makes more sense though. I probably look like my dad more too because we're only like 16 years apart.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's my dad's only like 62.
Yeah,
And
because
I'm about to turn 46. So we're pretty close in age.
okay. When's your birthday again?
Yeah,
February?
January.
January.
Yeah,
January 1st. January
13th,
30th. Oh, fuck, I
13th.
fucked up.
Yeah,
13.
January 13th. Yeah, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, because my brother and my sister, they're dark. They look like my mom. My mom's dark.
Oh, yeah, yeah. My dad's dark complexion. My grandpa, his dad was dark complexion. My grandma's light. His mom was light. My mom's mom, she was like like light skinned. So yeah, just funny how the kids just come out certain complexions on the
Yeah.
other parent. You know,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy. Having kids, I'm starting to see that, like how different my kids are, even their personalities, just like different, so different than like what I would
Oh,
think, you know?
yeah,
Like they're nothing like me. They're nothing like me. It's
yeah,
crazy because I thought maybe they'd be something like me, but no, they're nothing like me. Have their own
mm,
like wild personalities.
yeah. But I think I feel like they'll have like they have like our certain like niches, like um my because I have an older daughter who turned 20 in October, and I feel like she has this creative side, and I really feel like probably she gets that probably from me, even though
Mm.
she probably doesn't know it, but like I know some things that what she's into, and I was like she's it seems like she's probably pretty creative,
Oh wow.
so and it filters out. And then my younger daughter, who's with me, the 14-year-old, she's like me too. She's like reserved, but she's like creative, like mentally wise, like she's like good with like stories and writing and stuff like that. So
Oh, cool. That's
yeah,
good. That's good. Oh, that's a great thing to have to be creative that
yeah,
way
yeah,
with writing. That's very interesting.
yeah. Yes, sir. How's the newborn doing?
She's doing good. She was sick recently,
Yeah.
so it's funny because and not funny, but it's interesting to see that like she's always smiling. always smiling, but now that she or when she was sick, she's better, a little bit better now. She's still a little sick, but when she was going
Mm.
through it, she wasn't smiling at all. And it was like, that's crazy that you could
Oh
see
yeah.
like you know,
She's like,
the
I'm going through
pain or
something.
like I'm not having this right now. Because I swear she
Yeah.
loves to smile. She loves to smile.
So that's how you
But
knew she
then,
really was going through it.
right, which
Yeah.
is interesting to see because, in the future to see how that's her personality type because she has that thing where I tell people this all the time, so I'm sorry if I told you this before. She has that thing where like I'll walk in and like my wife will be holding her, I'll come from
Mm.
work and she sees me and she starts to smile. And just that thing where she smiles and it's like she gets embarrassed. She kind of like
Yeah.
has to look away, like because she's like too much smiling. I don't know what how to explain that, how to like
Yeah.
what the word that is to explain that. But she does that thing where she just smiles so much that she has to like look away to not smile, to like not be overwhelmed with the smiling.
Mm.
And it's crazy how like my boys don't do that at all. They never did that.
Yeah.
Like she is like happy all the time,
Mm.
which is interesting to see in the future how
Yeah.
that's going to work out with my boys and her, like their personality types.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And
she was
you got
sick,
the
so she's better now.
oh, that's good that she's better. You got the combination. If I had my pick, if I would have my kids, it would have been three and it would have been two boys and a girl. And the girl would have been last, the young one. So,
Oh wow.
she got her two big brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yep, she
that'd
does.
be my take. Yeah,
That's
that's
cool. And then
cool.
my oldest, he's really cool with her. He loves her. He always likes to talk to her, but he's still like he's about to be sick, so he still doesn't understand like she's little, so like don't touch her face and then she have your hands
Mm,
washed. Like sometimes he'll
yeah.
go to try to touch her and I'm like, did you wash your hands? He's like, no. I'm like, go wash your hands.
Mm,
Or like he'll like he's very helpful though. He's very helpful. Like when it comes to
yeah.
she's starting to roll over and we put her on the bed. And one time I put her on the bed and I had to use the restroom real quick. And I put her in the middle of the bed, like, but usually my wife wants me to put pillows next to her so she doesn't like go off the bed, which I should have done, but I didn't. And she rolled
Mm,
over one time, which wasn't too big of a deal.
yeah.
She rolled over one time, starting to roll. And my son was like, Papa, but like freaking out, like she's rolling over. I'm like, oh, I started freaking out. I was like, I was hurrying up, but it wasn't a big deal. But he's very helpful when it comes to like alerting me, like what's going on, like, hey, you need to come over here.
Yeah. So he's learning kind of responsibility already,
Yeah, oh yeah, he's very, very
a little
helpful with
bit.
that.
Yeah,
Very
that's good.
helpful. He's starting to like help me with the groceries, like bringing them in, and like he's getting there. He's very helpful. He's a very good kid, strong kid.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Good, good. That's what's up. Yeah,
Yep.
my lady said she would only consider having a baby if she hit the lotto.
Ooh.
We always talk about like what our kids would look like just being like Puerto Rican and black and we did this one kid we follow on TikTok and she was like this would be our son. He's a black kid but he got adopted by a Mexican mom so he speaks fluent Spanish. He's probably like 8. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, this is like our soul son, our spirit son. Like
That's funny.
it's
Does
like,
your
yeah. She's like,
girl speak?
he looks just like you.
Does your girl speak Spanish?
She's Puerto Rican, yeah.
She speaks
Yeah.
like fluent Spanish.
Yeah, but they barely like they don't really use it though.
Not
Yeah,
in
so like
LA. They don't use it at all. I would assume they
yeah,
would.
she said even though it's Spanish, the Puerto Rican Spanish and Mexican Spanish is different.
Oh,
She said
okay.
it's really different. They have a lot of similarities, but the way she said the way they talk is a lot of like slang and like broken and made up words.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some stuff doesn't even correlate to like Mexican Spanish. So when we went to
That's true.
when we went to Cabo, she of course she knows the gist of it. So of course when they heard her and she was speaking with them, it was kind of like okay, they got somebody that knows Spanish, but for the most part, it's very like subtle. It wasn't like it was just the basics, knowing the basics. She knows, the basics.
Or when I
Yeah.
was a kid, I watched Juice for the first
Mm.
time when I was a kid, like maybe 12, 13. And I remember Tupac had beef with this Puerto Rican dude in
Oh
the movie,
yeah.
and
Yeah, Radames.
he calls him a maricon.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember asking my mom, because I thought all Spanish was the same back then, you know? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what's a maricoon? And she's like, honestly, she's like, we don't use that word, but it means
Yes.
like faggot. Like it's like
Yeah. So, yeah.
it's a gay slur. She's like, but Mexicans don't use that. Like that's not
Exactly.
a word we use. But
Yeah.
I always remember that like, oh, okay, so that's a Puerto Rican thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
He
she
was
told
like
me.
big
It's
time
a
Puerto
Puerto
Rican.
Rican
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. She was just like this. She was like in Puerto Rican, they don't say dinero or feria. They say chavo. That's their slang for money. That's
Oh,
their
I've heard that.
yeah,
That means
chavo.
money.
Yeah.
I've heard chavo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. She said that's the term they use like in Puerto Rico is chavo. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. It's like that's cool. That's cool to know that like it's like different variations of the language, but it's like it's different as far as like your demographic like type of thing.
definitely.
I guess it would be like us with like our accent,
Right.
like
It's exactly. My dad taught me
yeah,
that. Is that like it's same thing as like when you go to Texas and you hear someone say y'all or and you never
yeah,
heard y'all
exactly, yeah,
before. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like my dad taught me that. Like that's the same thing in Mexico or even like
yeah,
across Latin America like that. There's definitely different especially Spain, like Spain Spanish, which is weird. I don't
mm-hmm.
know why they teach in school in California. They teach you Spanish from Spain, which is not
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
what Southern Californian Mexicans
What
use.
you're
Like,
gonna speaking out here, yeah,
right. Yeah, that's not what we use. Like there's a word one time I learned it's called coger, which means to
mm-hmm.
grab. That's the meaning. But
Mm-hmm.
in Mexican Spanish, coger means to fuck. So if
Mm.
you're trying to like use that as like the real term to grab, you're gonna look stupid because you're looking like you're cussing. Like or you're trying to fuck
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah, and you would use that if you're in Spain, but you're not in
Right,
Spain,
right,
so
right,
you
right.
got
So
to
stuff
kind of
like that.
adjust you got to
Yeah,
adjust
it's
it,
just little minor nuances or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. One somebody at work was telling me how like you know teaching like English to her kid that speaks Spanish is like it's difficult as we take it as difficult as trying to learn a different language. She like because the English language is
Oh
so
yeah.
so much
I've heard
you
that.
know
My dad told me
yeah
that him learning English was hard. One of the words he couldn't understand, like telephone
hmm
in Mexico, is Telefone, which
hmm
is that's how it sounds and that's how you
yeah
spell it. But my dad's like, why the fuck would you put PH for an F?
yeah all these
Like
all
all
this
those little fucking
extra
weird,
letters,
yeah, like
silent
why?
letters.
Like for what
Yeah,
reason? But my dad
yeah,
was like really confused for a while. But like
yeah.
in Spanish, in Mexico Spanish, at least from what I know, if there's a word that you can pronunciate it, you can probably
Mm.
spell it because it's almost exactly how it sounds.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
like weird fucking throwing off, like throw you off shit. There's always going to
yeah.
be what it sounds like.
Yeah, I was telling her like it just, me explaining it. It was like it is a lot for somebody to learn. Like, say, there's one word that sounds the way it sounds, but depending on how you use it, it can mean three different things and spelled two different ways.
Right.
Like there,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah. That's
T
yeah.
H E R
There.
E or it's Thier or Tie, whatever. Te, it's
Hair.
just kind of like
Hair.
crazy. Yeah,
Like a rabbit. Hair. Or
yeah.
like a hair on your head. Spelled two different ways. Means two different
It's just
things.
it's
Like
just
the
different.
same pronunciation.
Yeah, yeah.
There. And same
It's like
pronunciation.
it's like it's like over there or that's theirs. Same word, two different total meanings, two different total spellings.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that I can see like somebody's feeling like this is complicated, and then on top of the slang, on top of that, because it's not like we speak like that every day. We're speaking slang most of the time, like
Right.
and depending on your demographic. I remember I used to say like I say hella a lot because I grew up listening to like E40
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember somebody was like, "Are you from the Bay Area?" I was like, "No, I'm from San Diego." He's like, "Oh, that's a Bay term. Like they say hella a lot. That's a Bay term." I was like, "Nah." I said, "We listen to E40. I said my cousin's from the Bay, but it's a word they call." We say hella a lot. I mean, now it's like universal. Now everybody says that shit a lot, but he was like, now that originated like Bay Area. I was like, yeah, I feel like Bay's a lot of the
Right.
godfather of a lot of slang that filters down throughout California.
I remember in high school, there was this Honduran kid. It was crazy because like in ninth grade, freshman year, I met him and he didn't know any English, but by senior year, he knew fluid English. Like he was like, you would never guess he didn't have an accent or nothing. Like this kid was nuts. Like
Mm,
he was, I must have been a genius or something. But I remember when I
yeah,
met him in ninth grade, I used to be like, what's up? And he used to be like, what does that mean? He didn't know what, like, like what's up? Like the
yeah,
literal
yeah,
term is like Like, what the fuck are you telling me that for? You know, like
Yeah, yeah,
why you asking me what's up?
yeah, yeah. What's another term for like saying hello?
Right. It's a
You know
greeting,
what I'm
but he
saying?
didn't know that, and realistically, yeah. Why do we say that? Why is that a
Yeah, yeah.
term to greet people to say hello? Which is like, yeah, if you really think about it, but it's something that I just grew up saying because it's just that was the thing to do.
But but that's just like it's like a that's a in it transformed into a slang.
Or like, what's
Saying
cracking? What's cracking?
saying hello.
Like the
Yeah,
literal
there's
term of what's cracking is like,
yeah.
what? What?
There's so much slang, but it means the same thing from the beginning. Like what's cracking to what's popping is just like
What's popping?
it's either hello, what's up, how you doing, or what's going on. What's popping is what's going on. Like you know, what I'm saying
Right.
it's just
I mean,
slang. Like
I, I grew up here. I understand all that. Like it's easy
yeah,
to like that's how I learned. That's why I would say it because someone told it to me. I learned it
yeah,
and I started saying it too. That's usually how it goes. What's cracking? What's popping? But
yeah,
to someone who's new to the language, I can't understand why they're like, "What the fuck are you?" Like the literal. They're looking up the literal term. Like, why would
yeah.
they? What's going on here? You know? I get it.
Yeah,
It
yeah, just the
sucks.
slang catches on. I remember the first time I saw like the when the slang really became like a like a big thing is when I saw the news and they were asking the kids what's the newest and coolest terms. And I remember the little Mexican kid, he was like, "Oh, chillaxing," and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "You know, when you're chilling and relaxing, like chillax." Now that's like a it might even be in the dictionary. Who knows?
Right.
This was
Right.
like
Right. Right.
in the mid '90s. He was like a middle school kid, but I remember when I first heard that word.
What year
Like
was
it
that?
was
I think I know what year that was.
man, I want to say
2007.
maybe nah, it was maybe a little bit before that. Maybe around that time.
Because I
There
remember
was
the
just
first time I heard it, I think they coined the phrase was super bad.
yeah.
That was the first time I
Oh
heard it. And I laughed my ass off because I knew what it meant. And ever
yeah,
since then I heard it. I don't know if
yeah,
they took it from someone or if they made it up, but I remember super bad. He says chillaxing. And I remember I was laughing my ass off like that's funny because you're putting two words together that mean the same thing.
yeah. You might have got it from that kid because
That's
they
what I'm
was just
wondering because
asking him.
that was the year I 2007. That was the year I learned it.
It might have been around that time because I used to watch the news and stuff, the KUSI, and I remember they just had the kids in the on the
They still
basketball
do
court
that
and they were
shit.
just asking yeah,
They
they were
still do
asking
that
them new
shit.
terms. Yeah.
I've
And
seen it recently.
I think that's when like, you know, some of those terms started becoming like really popularized. I feel like Will Smith's Jiggy was the first word that they started like it became worldwide and then I think they threw that shit in the dictionary and now it's like and you know once it goes mainstream and like you know media is using it, news people are using it, then it's like okay, it's not cool
Jiggy,
anymore. Yeah, because you guys that was one of the first like popular like slang words that became like
getting jiggy
a
with it.
thing. Yeah, just jiggy, like yeah, it
Bro, that
became
was
like a
like
thing.
the album at the time for me. Fucking Big Willie
Yeah,
style. Fuck.
yeah. That's why that one thing when that guy that when he had sent me about the SWB thing and how the guy was like, oh, Will Smith wasn't popping. Like he's always been popping. Music, movies. It may not
Yeah.
be your
I
style
wouldn't
of
say so
music,
much
but
anymore. Ever since the
no, not
slap, I
anymore.
feel like
But
he's
I'm talking about that them times that they were talking about. Like
right.
you don't get Men in Black without not being at the top of your game. Whatever he
Right,
was,
right, right, right.
that jiggy, that Big Willie style. Welcome to Miami. This dude like had hits. Like you know what I'm saying.
That
Really good, clean music. Like you know what I'm saying.
he was
Can't deny him.
prime. He was at I feel like he has prime in 97, maybe 98.
Yeah,
He was at his prime.
yeah. It's some music. No, I'm on a talking podcast. Get out of here. My sister.
What's up, sister? Nah,
Getting ready.
but that's crazy. We're going into Big Willie style. I just saw something about him. What do you think about this fool now? I mean, remember the first podcast we did with you, I did with you was the after the slap,
Oh
the
yeah,
Chris Rock slap. So what do you
yeah.
think of I've been seeing a lot of stuff and I feel like I have a very good gauge of who he is now. He and I would say, you know, even though it doesn't take from him, I would say that he would be considered a simp.
Mm. Well, for the whole slapping thing, for defending this
Just the
woman,
whole
or
Jada Smith thing, just the whole Jada Smith ride. He did it for Jada Smith. You know what I mean? And it was and there's a thing where it's like someone put Chris Rock, not Chris Rock. I'm sorry, Chris Tucker did a whole thing recently. It's on camera. It shouldn't have been on camera because he refused cameras at his show,
mm,
but he did a stand up special recently. It's probably gonna come out soon. You're gonna see it. Where Chris Tucker did a whole thing where he's talking about, bro, uh, uh, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. If he would have stopped, he would have never stopped The Rock. Like
Yeah,
you pick and choose these battles, right? And he picked Chris Rock because he knew he's bigger than Chris Rock. He could punk Chris Rock. If it was anyone, let's say it was Tupac, or let's say it was The Rock who did
yeah,
that joke, he wouldn't have done that shit. He would have
yeah,
been
yeah. I
very
mean,
reluctant to do that shit.
you're
He
gonna
picked and
bully who
choose those people.
you're gonna bully who you're gonna bully, but then at the same time, those guys wouldn't make that joke.
And over what? Over a girl who I think that he is having problems with in his own mind because he's going through a situation where that she that had that entanglement with
Yeah,
that little boy who was
yeah,
Jaden Smith's friend. So it's like it's
yeah,
it's more of like his ego being like he was basically like looked like a punk.
yeah.
And
But I mean, like he's a mental breakdown is a mental breakdown
right, but
at
I
the end
feel
of
like
at the end of the day.
he is a simp right now. He should be looked at as a simp right now, considering he's still with her.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you can't just erase what they have. They have kids, a family. They built this legacy, like type of thing. And his mind is like standing up for that, protecting that. Probably when people feel like he wasn't. And
You don't have to
he's probably tired of the comparisons. How she really had a love thing with Tupac. Like it's just a lot. Like
you don't have
it
to
just
erase it. I just feel like he needs to separate himself from that. Just
yeah, but
separate himself from her. Just to make because
yeah,
just like in my opinion, business wise, just separate yourself from her. Be like, hey, we're at a divorce. We still are cool with our family. Everyone's cool. But the fact that he's still with her,
yeah. I feel like
he's
that's gonna happen.
fucking
I feel like they're gonna.
crazy. He
I
is a
feel like
simp. He looks looking like a simp.
I feel like they'll be together. But then, like and then like what happened to her? Because I remember when Jada Pinkett was like, she was the hot thing. When you talk about the mid '90s and the movies, it was like her. It was Halle Berry.
I
It
remember.
was like it
I
was
used
a
to
cast
love
of
Jada Pinkett Smith.
those
Jada
those
Pinkett.
the
Jada
beautiful
Pinkett.
light skinned women's were freaking. They were killing the game. Like what I'm saying. It's just wherever she transitioned, like getting older or whatever. What I'm saying. It filtered into him too. Like these guys are their life is under the microscope. So it's like I don't know. Just put yourself in that situation. Who knows? Who knows what any of us would have done in that situation? That type of thing.
So you wouldn't agree that Will Smith is a simp?
Yeah. If they were dating or something, maybe. But the fact that it's his wife, they got kids together. I think he's just, I think she's got him just under whatever control she has him under. Like he's just not himself.
Yeah.
Whether that's a
That's why.
simp or whatever that is, but like, yeah, he's definitely not like the Will Smith they was like back then because you can tell me 10 years ago that he would do that. And I said, not Will Smith. He's like one of the most professional, charismatic,
Calm,
self-controlled guys. Yeah,
level-headed.
calm. Yeah, I could see him taking a joke because he's a funny dude too. So to see him do that where he just looked like he snapped, it was like, yo, did whatever's going on, it cracked this dude. Like one of the, you know, strongest people I felt in the
Yeah.
Hollywood, especially far as like a black male. And this dude cracked the biggest night where he's nominated and he smacks this dude. And like I said, at first we thought it was a joke, but and then when he's cussing, I was like, oh no. And you can see the look in his eyes, like, oh, he's bro snapped.
Yeah.
He snapped in front of his peers. Like it's almost like sad and embarrassing at the same time. Like, what
Right.
the
It
heck?
was super
I was,
awkward.
yeah, I was like, this is crazy, that type of thing. But and I feel like yeah, he's trying to maybe like save his image to some point, but I feel like it's just, you know, he's still Will Smith, but it's never going to be the same.
No, I don't think so either. I
Yeah,
feel like he's
but I feel like he's definitely
on a
going to have
decline.
some moments though of being that because he's just he's way too talented. So we're gonna have those moments like
Right. And
yeah.
there's that.
That's why I rushed out and went to go see Bad Boys because now you're speaking to me. This is this is this is your apology to me. You gave me another Bad Boys movie. Like and you had your sparks in there, you know.
Right.
As far as the music and these freestyles, and I feel like social media has like really has really I don't know, it's really plagued the mind of some of these older guys. I feel like they become obsessed with it. They feel like maybe they could reclaim some type of fame.
But there's this clip, right, of Will
Mm,
Smith talking about his first girlfriend ever. Have you seen that one? Where he's sitting at like a
yeah.
table with actors and they're
Mm,
talking about their roles. And you hear that the one where he's shit. Great.
but I was like, I can't hear you at first.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
My lights went out. Oh, here we go. That's why. That's fine. So there's this clip. Get into it again. There's this clip right now, of where Will Smith is talking about being cheated on with his first girlfriend. You
Mm,
seen that one?
I think I might have.
And
I
everyone's
think I
looking
might
at
have
him
seen
like,
that.
what the fuck are you talking about? It's like
Mm,
Sam Jackson, the guy who plays the Hulk. Like they're all
mm.
like sitting around. Want me to show it to you?
Oh yeah.
I'll show it to you right now. So basically, it's just him fucking. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, but he's just like,
When I was 15 years old, my first girlfriend cheated on me. And I remember making a decision that nobody would ever cheat on me again. And the way I was going to do that is by being the biggest actor on earth. Right? So is there's been this weird psychology that I've always felt like if my movies are number one, my life is going to work out
they're
great.
laughing at him,
You know,
literally.
and like so
Like it's
it's
a weird cut, but they're really doing that.
Yeah, it's a weird cut, but I can kind of see his reasoning behind that.
I
That was
can
just
too,
his.
but it's not
That
real.
was just his.
That's
That
not a
was
real.
just
You could
his.
be a famous actor. You can be the most famous person in
Yeah,
the world, and you still didn't get cheated on.
but he thinks that's going to solve it though, and then he's got to find out that it doesn't. It, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to find out when he does become, because he was the number one actor, had the number one movies, and obviously still you know was cheated on. He had to find out at 15 if he thinks that's the reality of it. Like I got cheated on at 15. Of course, I'm like that too. Like if my girlfriend
Right.
had a girlfriend that kissed another guy, so me trying to be the best basketball player at the park meant that what I'm saying, that would solve all that, but it
I can
doesn't.
see that. But translating that into your adulthood, especially in your 50s, that is not
Yeah,
realistic. That's not realistic. Like you can't
yeah.
that's not enough to make it I mean there's a lot of things that go with cheating. Like, and it may not be about you. It could be about them,
Yeah. But
So
at 15 years old, I feel like this, she liked you and then she probably liked somebody else. It's like it's not nothing too
but
serious, or maybe it
translating
was,
that
but
into Jada Pinkett Smith, that's crazy because she's cheating on him with that Auburn guy or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
that and basically he's treating it as like, oh, they were separated. It's like this whole narrative. They were separated, it wasn't a thing.
Mm,
And to me, that's just like him making excuses for her doing what she did.
yeah.
Um, um, because he is, or he was at that point, 10 years ago, probably one of the highest paid actors, one of the most biggest movie stars in the world. Like
Mm,
up until the slap, I would say. Like he was very like respected, very like you would look up to him. Like that's the guy I want to be as a man.
mm,
But now you're seeing his like personal life unfold, and it's like, I don't want to be that guy. And that's the problem
yeah.
with him. Is like you're seeing all the cracks in his life and him having to deal with it. And that's the thing. Like you can deal with that shit, on your own. And I get it. And I sympathize with them as a man, as a person, as a human being. I sympathize with you. Like, yeah, do your thing, be who you need to be and live your life and have to deal with these things because every man has to deal with these things with all kinds of crazy shit that comes up in their life. But to pretend to be this strong man still It's like, it's okay,
Mhm.
bro. You can be a broken man. But the fact that he's playing this part of like, I'm this strong fucking man, I don't accept that. I think that he's playing the actor part too much. Just be vulnerable, be regular. We can sympathize with that as people. I think a lot of people
Mhm.
can sympathize with that of him being just a fucking regular person, not this superhero actor. And I
Yeah,
think that's his problem is that he is really focusing on like trying to keep it. I'm going to keep my wife. I'm going to become this like ultra guy who stands by his wife. But it's like, nah, bro. Like if you really feel like your wife did you wrong, then leave her.
yeah.
Don't
But
don't
I feel like
don't push
I feel
it.
like he's had vulnerable moments. I've seen him have an interview where he was just had tears in his eyes. Like you can say he doesn't know
Yep.
what to do. Like, that to me, that's a vulnerable moment. And I remember seeing something where, whatever happened in his first marriage, like he vowed to not happen again. Like he makes these, he just has this concept in his head where, something that's happened once, he's gonna do whatever in his power not to make it happen again. So he built a solid life with her. Just that's just his thing. You can tell he's like a good guy. He's not out here. I can tell this dude's like probably like a faithful dude. He's not out here like playing the field or cheating on his wife or doing some of the shit that some of these other Hollywood guys have done. But he's just too obsessed with it where it takes over. And now you got to a point where these celebrities live their life in front of everybody day to day. Somebody was talking about that, how like in the music, uh the the demand for wanting something is not there anymore because now I can see what my favorite artist is doing. I can see what they have for breakfast. I can see they went to the store. It takes away from you know, it takes away from the anticipation because everybody's just living their life right on social media like every day. Like you said, like, from when it started, the whole drama thing started with the red table talk and all that stuff. Like they just started airing out all type of stuff, which you want to connect with your people and show your vulnerability. But, I feel in my personal field, that's why I feel like a Kendrick or a Jay-Z or those guys are still mysterious and in demand because they're not really on social media. You don't know what's going on. We can only assume what people say, but it's just like so he said, she said shit with them. Like it's not really like that. And when they do come out and say something, it's through the music, it's through the art, or it's through an interview or whatever. But they're not living their lives day to day on no fucking social media. So there's still a mystique there. And I used to be back in the day. That was like how I was. I want to know what's going on with an artist. I had to wait for an interview. I had to wait for Rap City. I had to wait for the interview in the
Right. That's
Double
how it
XL
was.
magazine, or I just heard rumors and shit. Like what I'm saying, that was the cool part about it. So I don't know if it was real or fake, real or true, but it just had like this
That's
urban
real
legend
shit.
to it.
That's real
You
shit.
know?
Yeah, it was very mysterious for a lot, or maybe that's
Yeah.
not the word, but there was a lot of like and that's the thing too. I think I was thinking today with like rappers with money. I used to think at least, I don't know about you, I used to think that like they were getting paid mad, like they're rich.
I feel like back
Like
in the day they
right,
were.
right, me too. But now
I
looking
know they
back
were.
and you're seeing that oh, they weren't getting paid that not too much, but they're
But the
getting
ones
paid
that I feel like the ones that
enough.
were selling albums were making money.
Well, like
You
for
know?
example, like I'm gonna get into like the what the topic's supposed to be today is the Diddy, like Craig Mack. Like I
Mm,
assumed that Craig Mack was getting paid, but he wasn't. He wasn't getting any
yeah.
residuals, nothing. Diddy was fucking him over, and it turned into a situation where he had to beg Diddy for money. And
Mm,
I assume that people like that, like these crazy acts who are I hear on the radio all the time they were making TLC. They're another one who are perpetrators of the music industry talking about how they weren't getting paid properly because they were girls
mm,
and women were, that was the thing with actors and musicians. If they were girls, they were getting paid less than the men. And these three
yeah.
girls who were hitting fucking charts every fucking month, every year, just making hits, weren't getting paid like we thought. And that's something that I
Yeah.
think it's like the whole, you assume that these celebrities are living these great lives, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're just living their going back to the Will Smith thing. Maybe they're just like, they're really just like us. They're just like us, in a certain sense.
Yeah. I feel like I was never like a who was I only feel like people were getting paid when I saw it. When I saw it on them. When I saw the and that what made that more was like kind of like behind the scenes or like some of the shows would do specials. I mean, like to me, like the jury and shit, like you see the money on them, so they're getting some type of money. Like that's only people I believe were like getting paid or
But even then,
you know
like looking at that, like that's a bad investment to get a fucking chain.
yeah
Like crazy
yeah, but
bad
it's
investment.
but it's like this. It's like you start up, like because people are getting signing bonuses, but like I've seen a lot of interviews now where that's pretty much the only money you get, and you got to pay that back. That signing bonus is for you to make your album, pretty much
Right.
pay producers and stuff like that. But a lot of people, it's a pretty hefty sum of money, but they go out and you know get the stuff that they never had before. Yesterday you had $0. Now they wrote you a check for a $2 million signing bonus, but that
Taxes
money's
and
that's money's for you to go make your album though, because you got to pay this shit back.
right.
So like unless you're smart, which a lot of people aren't because they come from such bad situations and their talent gets them through the door, and then somebody's got a blank check and here you go, like you about to run out and fucking splurge and treat your family
Like
just
anybody
like
would.
yesterday.
Like
Yeah,
anybody would.
exactly. I can't sit here and be like, oh, I would do this, do that, do that. I mean, now as older, like yeah, but if I
Right.
was like
Oh yeah.
21,
Oh yeah.
22,
That's another
if I
thing.
was 21, 22, and my talent brought me through the door and it was like, yo, here's 1.5 million sign up bonus, I'm fucking gonna blow that shit.
And that's what I'm saying with like these, like the locks in the 90s. They probably weren't thinking. They were just like, fuck, I'm getting this money. I'm gonna spend it. And
Yeah,
maybe back in the 90s they didn't have houses yet, or maybe they did. I don't know. I'm just assuming that these these
I feel
young
like they
act
I feel like they were exception as being like an Ice Cube because they had good. Well, I know Jadakiss had good parents, so that's why they was like, you getting one album out of us, and then we go on with Rough Riders. That made it a whole
mm,
issue. That made it a whole
mm,
issue with them. So they were a little bit more smarter than the rest,
mm.
And I could say because maybe they had parents that was like looking over that contract, like, nah, this is some bullshit,
Right, okay,
that
okay.
type of
I'm
thing.
not then I'm
It's
that's a bad
like,
example. I was thinking like a young rap artist in their 20s who gets money. They're buying the
mhm.
chains, they're buying
that's
the
most that's most that's
cars.
most other
Right,
ones. Yeah,
right.
most other
Instead
ones are that.
of
Yeah,
really thinking like, hey, I should probably put this in savings and
yeah.
maybe, invest in other things and save it.
Yeah.
And so wait, I don't even know what it's called. The Reckoning.
Mm.
The Reckoning, the P. Diddy documentary is throwing a lot of interesting um accusations out there that I never heard before. That I have a lot of it I have heard. Like one of the things that they mentioned, I was surprised they did, was a Steve Stout incident,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which
I heard
is,
about that back when that originally happened.
me too. I heard it when Hate Me Now came out. That was a video by Nas,
Mm.
Hate Me Now. But the only thing that was different than what I heard, that what they reported, was that I guess Diddy went to Steve Stout and asked him to take out all the parts with him in it on the
Mm.
cross that were him,
Mm.
because he was on the cross as
Yeah.
depicted as Jesus Christ. And
Mm.
that's what I heard. I had heard, but in the documentary, I guess they had stated that he wanted the video not to come out at all, which
Oh yeah,
who
I don't
knows
know about
what is
that.
true. But back then I heard that Diddy just wanted the parts edited out that had him depicted as Jesus Christ because he had a
On the
change of
cross,
heart.
yeah, yeah. I think I
And
remember seeing it when they first debuted it, and
I
that
saw
he
it too.
had,
Yeah, I saw it
but
too,
then I didn't see it after that. Yeah, yeah. Same
which is
because I
crazy.
think that's why I just felt it was always like the video was cool, just him not being on the cross was what he didn't want.
That's what I had heard
Yeah.
originally. So that's one thing that I thought was interesting when it came to, all these situations going on. And then the fact that I forget his name, but the guy in the documentary who was Diddy's buddy, who got fucked over
Mm.
later on, who was like um who would write his songs.
Oh yeah, Mark Curry.
Mark Curry. Him. Thank you. He was like, when they're like, we're gonna go down there and beat up Steve Stout, He's like, I'm gonna sit here and write whatever lyrics. Like he's like, what do you need me to work on? I thought that was so funny. He's like, okay, you're gonna do that. Well, what do you need me to do here in the studio? Because I'm gonna keep doing that here. I thought it
Yeah.
was so funny when he said that. And then the another thing that I thought was really cool was that "Come With Me" song. Do you
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that? I remember that song
Mhm.
came out. I love that song. I have that soundtrack still to this day, which
Yeah.
is crazy because it's not on Apple Music or nothing. I bought it and
Oh.
like I have it still. Good.
Oh. Okay.
Even on that album, so many songs on that album.
Mm.
Diddy did or back then Puff Daddy, he produced this rock band. He was trying to bring them up called Fuzz
Uh.
Bubble. And there's a song with Fuzz Bubble on it. I remember I used to love Fuzz Bubble. Fuzz Bubble
Mm.
did do you remember All About the Benjamins remix, the rock remix?
Mm.
They did the rock remix. Remember
Oh.
that?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you remember that video?
I remember the video, but I remember the song.
So they did a whole video for it where I don't know what the fuck why they did this, but the video was Puff Daddy, was it Jadakiss who was on that song? Jada and then Lil
Yeah.
Kim.
Lil Kim. Yeah.
They're
Shoot.
Lil Kim is like goes to the prom with this guy.
Oh, now I remember the video.
Remember that
Yeah.
video? And then they go to the
Yeah.
prom and they're rocking out at the prom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the rock version. But Fuzz
Okay.
Bubble was the band that Diddy was like he was trying to break into the rock
Genre.
yeah, with Fuzz Bubble. But there's a
Yeah.
song with Fuzz Bubble on the Godzilla soundtrack. And then there's the Come With Me or that Come With Me song, which was a big deal at the time because Jimmy Page christened that song. You know who Jimmy Page is?
Mm.
He's the main guitarist of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Who Led Zeppelin is known for not letting people use their shit, even in movies or nothing. But somehow did he convince them or paid him enough money to where Jimmy Page got on the song and like that guitar on Come With Me is Jimmy Page. And then the bass was played by Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. The lead guitarist of Rage Against the Machine he played the bass. And then Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters, the lead singer of Foo Fighters, he played the drums on Come With Me. So it was like this whole like crazy, and then Fuzz Bubble did the background to where it was like this
They put
whole
together like a super rock group and shit.
yes, and Diddy was the lead
Superman.
vocals. And then Mark Curry, I found out that Mark Curry was the one who curated the song, who's the one who wrote it and also like told him how to sing it, which was very interesting to me because I remember that was a big deal too, because the controversy behind that where when that at the time, I don't know if it's still a thing, but at the time, that was the most expensive video ever made in the history of music videos. In the 90s and the early 2000s, that was a thing. I don't know if someone surpassed it since then, but at the time, that was the most expensive video.
I think I saw they used to have a thing called most expensive video. So I think that was in the top, but I think Michael Jackson
Scream
beat it.
No, but he beat Scream. He beat Scream, but the only reason why the Come With Me couldn't be considered is because it was attached to a movie, which it has movie money, and Michael Jackson had like it was just regular money, so that's why Scream is still like supreme. But if it comes to actual dollars, Come With Me it beat Scream. I remember that. Yeah, I saw the same thing you saw probably, but this was back then, and because of that, Come With Me was this big deal where he performed it on Saturday Night Live in 1997. And I don't know if you remember this. It was a controversy because there was a situation where they practiced it. And there was a situation where when he was practicing it before they were going to air it live, he didn't like how certain people were walking by and he asked, or he like made it like a demand. No one could be around us when we're performing.
And Will is like ride or die like that. He will chase a joke from the very beginning to the very end. Like he told me this amazing thing one time. He started fucking around at Saturday Night Live, and I forgot what the name of the character was. And he wore this sweater vest and this weird shirt and these slacks, and someone said, "I dare you to wear that every day when you come in here." And he started wearing it like for a whole season of the show. When Puff Daddy was on the show,
just started showing up as Ron, who was really annoying.
Ron, what are you doing?
There was one moment where we were in this writer's room watching Puff Daddy rehearse.
He told SNL people, like, no one is allowed on the floor when I'm rehearsing. And everyone in the cast, including Will, was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, this is our house, bro.
And someone said, Ron should go up on stage. And before everyone turned to see, I had sprinted out the door.
There's a famous videotape of it. It's the rehearsal before the dress rehearsal. It's like his sound check, basically, Puff Daddy's sound check. And Will just starts slowly coming out in character and just standing behind him in this creepy way, just like hovering. And you see Puff Daddy like kind of like that. And he's like, Mom, I'm not gonna say anything. And he's like, and he starts to notice, like, who is this person behind me? Who is he gonna fuck with me? Like, you can see, like, Joey gets in Puff Daddy's head.
Oh, then we shook hands. That was good.
Hey, Ron, what'd you think about Puff?
I'm not familiar. You seem fine.
It reminds me of like the SNL people. They don't play. That's like seeing that clip of Michael Che when he's checking Kanye backstage.
Oh, dude, that just came out. That just came out. I'm so glad he did that.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a fucking brave move.
Yeah,
and Kanye was
and
like
then,
was acting was like very scared. You could see like he was like
yeah, Michael
nervous.
Che like he like and then what's the name tried to make a post that he was like, you know what I'm saying, Consequence, who was right there. He tried to talk tough on his little post that he did, but when you go back to the video, you was trying to calm and de-escalate the situation. All that rah-rah shit you talking about. I said, let's go outside and go around the corner and fight. Yeah, right. Michael Che would have whooped you and Kanye's ass. Like you
Right.
can tell, like dude, don't play that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could tell
Yeah.
Michael Che stands on business hard. Like he's really not who
But
he.
you know, people get they get these guys do comedy. They get them fucked up. Some of them comedians, that's just what they do. They're funny, but them guys are, they take that shit serious. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I say, look at Charlie Murphy. He might be funny comedian, but Charlie Murphy will
Oh,
whoop your
yeah.
ass.
Yeah,
Or would have
yeah.
whooped your ass, or rest in peace. But like, you know,
I mean, he whooped Rick James' ass according to law. According
I still hear stories about Charlie. Who was telling a story that I was watching? They was talking about how, it was Kevin Hart, because Charlie Murphy wrote Paper Soldiers, which is like one of Kevin Hart's first movies that was on Rockefeller. It was one of their first.
I remember
movies
that.
before
CB.
Fool. I love that movie.
Wait.
No,
CB4.
No, Paper Soldiers.
What's that?
It's a movie. It's Kevin Hart and Benny Siegel, and it's a Rockefeller movie. It's Kevin Hart's first movie, but I guess Charlie Murphy wrote that. But he said he went to Charlie Murphy's house because they were going to write the movie, and he's talking about how he had all these dummies and how he did martial arts. And Kevin Hart was talking about how, he showed them videos, and he was like, he said in the videos he showed us, Charlie Murphy was getting his ass whooped. He was getting thrown around and shit. And then he had one where he got the guy, and then he's like, I told you motherfuckers I knew he liked martial arts and shit like that. Like, it's pretty funny. But that was cool to know that he helped write Paper Soldiers, because for the first time I ever seen Kevin Hart, I think I saw him in that before I even seen him in stand up. But I was such a Rockefeller fan, they started putting out movies. Paper Soldiers was first, and then they really hit big when they came out with Paid in Full, which was Cameron and Mekhi Phifer's and Wood Harris. It's a classic. It's based on the true story of Alpo and all those guys and during the 80s, like the whole drug thing. So yeah, super classic movie, super classic. I think 50 just got the rights to that shit too. Like 50 is petty. Yeah, I think he got the rights to that shit.
To Paper Soldiers?
No, to Paid in Full. I think it'll turn into like a series or some shit.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm thinking of for some reason when you started saying that, I'm thinking of CB4 because that's the first time I ever saw Charlie Murphy. Ever seen CB4?
Yeah, that's what Chris Rock. I think I've seen that movie like once.
Right, me too. But that's the first time I ever saw Charlie Murphy, and I thought you were talking about he wrote that.
Oh
But
no, I saw Charlie Murphy. He had one line in Harlem Nights. And I was like, damn, he looked just like Eddie Murphy, and then I come to find out it was his brother. But that's the first time I seen him was in Harlem Nights. And that's like that's probably my favorite Eddie Murphy movie. So I might
Probably seen that one once too.
But then I saw Charlie Murphy just exploded with the Chappelle Show, though.
That's where I focused. He became really like serious funny because he wasn't the funny thing. It was more of like him reacting to all the bullshit that was so funny.
Yeah,
You
and he
know,
had like a serious funny.
he would
Not funny.
say things that I use today, like a habitual.
Yeah,
He's a habitual line stepper.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that shit's fucking hilarious. Like Rick James is a
yeah.
habitual line. That's hilarious. Like
Right.
okay, like that. Like I know people like that too, you know. But the way he
Yeah.
worded it, or he would say like, "I'm that guy." I'm not. They would act like I'm that guy who tried to steal on. Like I learned that
Mm,
phrase. Like he would teach me phrases from that skit
mm,
of like
mm-hmm.
the different things. Like okay, I know what that is. Didn't know how you worded it. Like you
Right.
know, like and that's
Mm,
where I was like, okay, I learned. He would teach
yeah.
me a lot.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I got to see his end because I'm a big well actually like back to 50 Cent the whole power thing he was to his in his end he was on power until he passed away. That was crazy.
Charlie Murphy?
Yeah, and it was crazy seeing him how he used to be to seeing him like he was he was sick and still making that show because you can see how frail he was getting and shit like that. And it's crazy because like he gets killed on the show and then he dies in real life. It's like that's crazy. Like I feel like he wasn't like that old either. Just you know that shit hits you fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
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 we're going off, man. So
yeah.
Diddy, is there anything you learned from this Diddy doc that you didn't know before, or you knew all this shit?
Nah, I kind of like knew that stuff, heard that stuff, out of sight, out of mind. You hear tad bits and here and there, like type of thing. It's just crazy to see how like just chaos followed this dude, and then in the midst of all that, just certain things like when when the spotlight is on him and he's going through some shit, how he just excelled in something else. Like I totally forgot about the fucking BET award where he got like I think it was like whatever it was they gave him that award of something of the year, or something of the decade, or something, and all that shit. I feel like just like just coincidences kind of match up, and it just looks maybe more than what it is, or maybe what it is. But there's a guy Teray that's on there on TikTok that's kind of like just spewing some of the stuff that just because this is a documentary by 50 Cent that's gonna make Diddy into a in the bad light. Like so of course I feel like a lot of shit he's responsible for, but there's some shit where like, this has to be kind of like an explanation of the other side that okay, he didn't do that. Like, what I'm saying? Even Vince Staples when they talk about, he said something about, who killed Tupac and Biggie, and he broke it down just the whole hip hop, the war, the really, really crafted destruction of the people and the music and shit, and just they were just victims of circumstance. But I still think watching that, knowing that Diddy and Suge had some type of relationship, and I feel like that relationship when it severed and they were enemies, it just put it down. Then Suge was like, Diddy, you got Biggie. I'm gonna go get Pac, and our feud is gonna continue through these two young guys. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that. I think there'd be future through that. That whole thing with him, Diddy's dude shooting Suge's friend. I was like, oh, this shit
Jake?
started with him.
Yeah,
This shit,
that was a
this is what.
crazy in front of him, and
Yeah,
then the
and
way
then
he did it,
Suge
all
grabbing
gangster.
Diddy.
Yeah,
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 I was like,
yeah,
I said, okay, that to me, that was the most shocking thing because I was like, that brought me
yeah,
back to like, this whole war is between them
yeah.
two,
I didn't even know. Yeah, and that makes
and
sense.
everybody else
I
is
didn't even
just
know that.
pieces on the chessboard.
And then the
It's
way they
really between
handled it
them.
too is like the way Suge, the dude grabbed Jake, the assassin, whoever that guy was, and no one knows who that is, grabbed Jake or just put the gun and start shooting Jake while he's staring at Suge. And then
Yeah,
Suge instantly,
grabbing
I mean,
Diddy,
grabbed
like,
Diddy, held him up
yeah,
to, and then Diddy's like, everything's gonna be okay. And then Suge's like, tell your mama everything's gonna be okay. Tell your kids everything's gonna be okay.
yeah,
Like that is a crazy thing to say,
yeah. So
considering.
this is their war, and then what's the odds of these two become the biggest moguls as far as on the West Coast and on the East Coast?
And that came before the if you want to be
Yeah, no,
You
no,
know,
this is
not
before
on
that.
the
Yeah,
yeah, on the
because
videos,
it shows that they were cool at one point.
right? But the fact that like that was in the back of his head when he's saying, you know, if you don't want to be a producer that's on
Yeah,
the videos,
yeah. He's like, well, we're at
come to
war
death
now.
row.
Yeah,
That's
we're at war now.
crazy,
Yeah, they were at war. Try to he probably was the probably guy was probably going to kill Suge too. So now
right?
we're
Right.
just at war now for forever. It just so happens now the war is going to be fought over music and who's the biggest because now we're both in charge of the biggest record companies on both coasts.
Right.
And we got two of the biggest artists. So now the war is just filtered through them. And then of course all these pieces just kind of fall into place, whether or not, you know, um, he really had a relationship with the guys in California, the Crips, and I mean it kind of goes into it. But like a lot of this stuff you can't really really prove because there's really no paper trail. And then a lot of most of them people like Suge and Diddy are like the two survivors. Most of them guys are dead.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got murdered, they got sick, they
Oh
got
yeah.
cancer and died. There's no money, money wasn't paid. Like so, it's kind of like who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth, and or who just wants to get their story out. Like we don't know. And then even Suge said they was like, if you knew who killed Tupac, would you tell us?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Because
not.
because my thing is I'm going to get them or whatever. Or, I remember for a long time, like I used to listen to Machiavelli. I used to think it said Suge shot me at the beginning of the CD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm
There's a
saying? It used to,
there's a Tupac, excuse me, there's a Eminem song, an underground Eminem song where he takes
mm,
that part and he
mm,
loops it. Suge shot me, and he just loops it and he makes that the beat. And
yeah.
he basically talking to Suge, like talking shit to Suge. It's like a diss song to
Yeah.
Suge.
And then even when the people people dissect it and like rip the audio out and it says, oh, it's saying something else, I still don't believe that shit. I still believe it said Suge shot me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like with some type of mystic energy, he was speaking, like, just to me, that's just what it was. But not saying Suge shot me in the literal sense. It was like he said he's had part of this because I want to leave the label, just like Biggie wanted to leave Bad Boys. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like watching that, I feel like Diddy saw the amount of success Tupac had after his death. And so the Biggie thing, like I don't fucking know. Like it's
Oh,
just
so you really believe that Diddy was part of the 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 ending of Biggie?
I don't want to say that. I don't think that at all. Like
I don't
I
think
just feel
that,
like
but you think
I
that?
feel like that's crazy. I don't feel no, I don't think that, but I think he capitalized off of it.
He definitely capitalized off it, but I
Yeah,
don't think he
yeah,
had nothing to
yeah,
do with it. I
yeah.
feel like
I don't
Suge
think so
Knight.
either.
It's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
proven. Suge
Well,
Knight was
I feel
part
like it
of
was just I feel like it was just retaliation.
Suge Knight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Suge Knight did
Whether
it
it was
because
crumbs.
I
Yeah,
feel like Suge Knight had people do it because of Pac and in
yeah, yeah.
retaliation. But I don't think Diddy had. But
No, I don't think
I'm
so
not gonna
either.
lie and say I feel like Diddy definitely capitalized off of it.
Yeah.
He definitely capitalized off of it for sure. I
But I
mean,
feel like
obviously he did.
it was just circumstances of it just looks weird because of the whole Biggie not wanting to stay in LA and Diddy saying that,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
stay there. But
yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. I feel like I saw the interview when Biggie was out in California. It was on Rap City. It was the last interview and they put it at the end of his album where he was like, they love me out in Cali. I love it out in Cali.
Right, right, right.
He said, I feel
I
positive
remember
bumping
that.
him
I
everywhere.
remember
Yeah,
that.
he shouts out Jay
They're
Z
asking
and Big
about
E and
Pac.
shit like that. Yeah, he's sitting there in California with Joe Clair. It was the host of Rap City shit. So like,
I remember that interview.
but that's only what I see. Like I don't know these guys. We're not in a room with these guys where maybe Biggie did want to go back home,
But
and probably was like, nah, you need to stay here. We don't know the
my question
conversation
is
behind closed doors.
how many times in the past before that did Biggie not want to do shit that Diddy made him do? That I feel like that's a thing. That
Of
was
course.
always a
But like,
thing with Biggie
I think
and Diddy.
that's with any artist though,
Right.
and that's with any artist, and that's with any kid. Like people forget, Tupac and Biggie were kids, 24 and 25. They were like they're kids, and they had all this power and all
Yep.
this, all this influence. Like
Yep.
if I'm 24, I got the biggest. I don't want to be here all the time either. Like I want to like chill but we gotta make money. We got a business. You're the biggest star. But if you telling me I gotta do all this shit at 24, I'm like, fuck, bro, I don't want to be out here. And then in the midst of that, like we're kind of like at a war too with this whole East Coast West Coast shit. That I feel like the media and everybody else had an influence on making it even way bigger than it was. Because I feel like it was really between two entities just so happened to be from one side and one side, which made it suck. But at the end of the day, you want to get technical, like Tupac is from New York too. He's born in New York.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Which
you know
is
what I'm saying?
which is people don't know that, you know. And then
Yeah.
also another thing I hear all the time, which is crazy, is that I get it, but because Tupac did a song called "To Live and Die in L.A." A lot of people think
Yeah.
that Tupac died in L.A. He did not die in L.A.
He died on the
Las
Las
Vegas.
Vegas is considered West Coast, but yeah, he didn't die in LA.
Yeah, but
Biggie died.
that's something that
Biggie died in
a
LA.
lot of people. Oh, you know, he died in his home city. No, he did not. That's not even his home
That's
city.
there's a lot of people that just watch clips and stories and shit and don't really research, and they wasn't really there. You know, they're not really there.
Or you know, and that's the thing too, is like there's a kid, I'm gonna bleep out his name, but you know, he works with me. He's like 20, maybe like 19.
Yeah, I know.
And he's like getting into this. He's like, I didn't know Diddy knew Tupac. He didn't know a lot about this. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you know, and there's all these kids who are learning. And then he's like playing hit him up, and I'm like, did you know? Like, it's like, what does he mean I fucked your bitch? And I told him, like, you didn't, you know, there was a situation where Tupac was, or Faith Evans was in LA, and Faith Evans was, you know, an R&B famous R&B artist at the time. He knew who Faith Evans was. So like Faith Evans was this famous R&B artist. She was married at the time to Biggie. They were having a kid together. She was pregnant with him, and she went to LA for whatever reason, the party or whatever, promote. And there's a picture of Tupac and Faith Evans, and from there, Tupac ran with the narrative, "I fucked your wife," and that was, I think, you know, what got to Biggie, maybe, you know, kind of got under his skin, maybe.
Yeah.
But with any man, I feel like that would get under his skin. But that's why he says that. First off, fuck your bitch, and the click you click. And he didn't know that. And he's like wowed out, like, what? I'm like, yeah, like that's history. Like that is what happened. But it's interesting that some of these kids don't even know, or the new generation just don't know the narrative. You know, we were there.
Yeah.
I mean, even though like I'm learning stuff still, but like there's things like back in the day, like I'm telling you, like there's things I heard, and then they're kind of changing the narrative today. But it's like, wait a minute, I heard this, like I was telling you before about the Steve Stout shit. It was only because Diddy was represented. He was on the cross like Jesus Christ, and supposedly all he wanted was to not be on the cross. Just take that part out, and they didn't want to take it out. But now in the documentary, it's like he didn't want the video to come out at all. So it's like, which one is it? Am I right or am I wrong? To what I hear back then, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, we're wrong? Or
and that's part of it too, that I feel like it could be altered to sound like it was like that. And it wasn't. Like I said, it's kind of like it's not in Diddy's favor. Like the whole documentary is not in his favor. It's not. Even when I saw an interview with 50, said, "Oh, we asked him to, you know, we reached out for him to be on the doc," and I was like, "I don't believe that."
Yeah, I don't believe it either. No,
I don't believe you asked him. Yeah, there was the paint. You're painting a picture because
it's a hit piece.
Yeah, definitely. Whether you say it's not or it's not, it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's certain things in there that they kind of made more. They kind of emphasize or more, and it's just the way they could edit it too. So that could have been something like maybe it really was Steve Stout saying he just wanted that scene out, but the doc's gonna make it like, no, he want the whole video. Just like they made it seem like Biggie paid for his own funeral, but Teray was like, you know,
yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing that was debunked. Apparently, was that they're saying in the documentary that Diddy used Biggie's funeral funds from Biggie's royalties or whatever.
Yeah.
But realistically, I guess someone came out. Who was it?
I forgot who it was, but it was one of
someone came out saying that
with his mom.
That wasn't true.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Bad Boy paid for the funeral.
Right, and I you know, either way, I believe you. I mean, either way could be. There's a lot of bullshit going on in this. You know what I mean? So I believe
I
it could be. Yeah.
I watched it fully, and then after a while, like it went back, and like there's certain things I just was like the cup was half full,
which is real, like, which is realistic. Like you gotta consider everything and not just assume one narrative. Because
even the Touré guy with the Rolling Stone thing, he was like Biggie was never going to be on Rolling Stone.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, the Rolling Stone cover.
Yeah.
But one thing you got to consider is that, you know what I mean? It's like, um, you never know, man. You know what I mean? You're being told this stuff from someone. So 50 Cent produced this, and that's the thing that people need to know. 50 Cent produced this documentary, and he hates Diddy. That's another thing too. Yeah, consider that too. This documentary is produced by someone who does not like Diddy.
Yeah.
So everything in it should be treated as like, okay, what if, or maybe, or like, you know what I mean? Like kind of speculative. You know, of
that's what I
course
said,
there's
like
facts,
the
but
cup half full. There's a lot of stuff
right. You
that was
have
like,
to keep an
we
open
already
mind.
knew. Yeah, we already knew. We're hearing like a little bit more details, like
Right.
the whole thing with Tupac and stuff, and him having a relationship with the enemies of Suge Knight in LA and the Crips and stuff. I can see that. I can see them going to LA and them getting security for,
And
who's
that's
gonna.
another thing. Yeah, that's another thing in the documentary where they're like, "Did you ever pay to protect you?"
Who's gonna say yes? I
And
did. Who's not
exactly,
gonna
and he
say
said
that?
no.
Like
But
it's
it's like we
dumb.
know
Yeah,
now. Maybe in the '90s it
yeah.
wasn't very much privy, but now, in 30 years later,
But
dude,
nobody's gonna
that's a
say, yeah.
known thing. That's a
Even
known
30
thing
years
people
later, I'm not
do,
gonna say that. Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
like
say
that's
that.
a known thing we know people do. Rappers do
Yeah,
that. They hire gangs to protect them,
yeah, because it's a street thing in there. When
right?
you come to California and you come to LA, they have
Especially
this
California.
they have check-in. You have to check in. You have to check in with the gangs, where area you're gonna be in. That's
Right,
just
right. That's a huge thing.
how it is. You shouldn't
It's a
have to, but that's
no,
just kind
you
of what they
shouldn't. But
do.
that's a
So
huge thing now that we know now. Maybe in the '90s we weren't privy to it, but now it's like it's a known thing. Is like if you're a famous rapper and you're walking around, someone's going to try to extort you, so you hire somebody, usually a street gang, to protect you. That's a known thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when you get to a different status, then you have like professional security and shit like that. Like like Jay has. They say security is kind of like almost like the president. So like, what I'm saying? Because you're at a different stat. But when you're going back and forth like that and you're in somebody's backyard, and then you have enemies that shoot their enemies, of course. Like you're gonna, so to me, that whole thing with the whole I forgot his name, the guy that was connected with the guys in California, and like, supposedly that's who he hired. Like I can see that ripple effect really going that way, but it's no facts proven, even though what's the name was admitted to it in jail, but there's no money trail. We don't hear Diddy on the phone saying anything like, yeah, take those guys
Right.
out. We're just hearing what you're saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just take it as, cup half full. I feel is a dude like his scumbag, yeah. And that to me, I'm not even going with all the other shit. I'm going with the fact that you're messing with Cassie and you were like 36 and she was like 19. That take the cake for me. To me, you're already in the weirdo book. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah. All that Cassie shit was
you're
pretty
doing this.
wild.
Why you have a wife who you got a thing for liking other guys' girls. That started from the beginning. That's why Eric Sermon is in there. And I remember Misa because I seen her in the
I did not know
bathtub
that.
in
I
the
didn't
Big
even
Papa
know
video.
that.
I didn't know that was Eric Sermon's girlfriend, but I know who that lady is because I remember
Wow.
she was like light skinned
Okay,
with the blonde hair, and
there it
she was
is.
kissing on her in the bathtub.
I was
Like,
asking you, is there anything you didn't know about this doc? You didn't know that?
I just didn't know that was Eric Sermon's girlfriend, but I
Yeah,
knew who she
okay.
was.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
But the fact that
I
she
didn't know he
dated him
took Erica
first,
Sermon's girl, and then he tried to take
yeah,
Suge's girl.
yeah, yeah.
He took 50's girl, and that's the reason why 50's going crazy on him. I think.
Yeah. And I think him and like
Many we don't even
I think him
know
and
all the
I
girls
think
he
him and
took.
I think
Probably.
him and Kim might have had something like just whoever, because Kim was in love with Biggie. Like it just, I'm pretty
Wow,
sure yeah. I feel like that's his thing. Like
that's
what
his
I'm saying.
mo.
And Kim Porter was Albie Shore's girl. Like
And there was Kim Porter was Albie Shore's girl.
yeah.
I didn't
That's
know
why he's
that.
in there.
I missed
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. I think they got a kid together. Her
Kim
and Albie
Porter
Shore.
was like his main girl.
Yeah, he wiped her up like type of thing, but she was somebody else's at
I
first.
didn't
I
know
mean,
that.
it don't even matter if she was with somebody and they broke up, but the fact that you're in a circle with
Yeah,
those
yeah,
people
yeah. You're
and
just
you
trying to
know that
grab other girls. Yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah.
know that
It's
she used to date the
stupid.
homeboy and you still that's who you're going after.
And
Like
there's
you know
that
what I'm
one
saying?
story in the doc where they're talking about all these guys are meeting up with Diddy at a fucking like a fucking delicatessen or like a restaurant somewhere, and they're chilling, and he pulls up with a girl, and they're all laughing because they know this girl has like give head to all these dudes.
Oh
And
yeah, I remember
they're
that part.
laughing
Yeah.
at him, and Diddy's like, "Why are you laughing at me?" And they're like, just like, I don't know what, they told him, but it's
But
like
yo,
a
she's
thing
for the streets, bro.
where it's like, yeah, where it's like he's pulling up with these girls that are just basically he's pulling these girls that are from other people.
Mm.
And that's crazy how he has that MO. That's nuts. And it got him into this documentary situation because 50, 50 cornered him. And
Yeah, yeah.
50 is a savage.
And I feel like it probably wouldn't be as personal as it was at 50 if him and Homegirl didn't have a baby together.
Yeah,
But
of course. Of
this is
course,
my son's mother, so
definitely.
he's gonna have to see this because kids, how kids are. Once they dig in finance, to be like, yo, your mother was doing those freak offs and all type of shit. Like, the kid's gonna have to deal with that.
Right.
So yeah, let me go ahead and it's on with you. Even though we're not together, the fact that you went after her when you could have probably, went after anybody
Any
else is
girl,
just,
any
you know what I'm
girl,
saying?
any other
Yeah,
girl. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. He's a
That's
very, very,
crazy.
very manipulative guy. Very like knows how to mind play people. Like, just you know, it just is what it is. Did he lock down the mid and early 2000s? Absolutely. Like, can't deny the music, that the talent he had and was putting out that music is like crazy. Like, but then then to learn that all this shit was going on is even more crazy. It's like, yo, you know. And then at the end of the day, I just feel like as I look at the whole documentary, like Half Cup Full, I just feel like his demons came from his mother trying to make him an image of his dad, who was supposedly a legend on the street that got killed. So you're feeding this kid of how great of a legend he was. You're turning him into him. And then he was like, I can't be like this in the streets because that's not me. I can be like this in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And then, and on top of that, he wants to be number one. He wants to be he wants to be the biggest artist. He wants to be the biggest star. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's damn near, if he's not rapping with Biggie on the song, he's ad libbing or he's in the video, or then after a while he puts out his own album, and then he takes that moment with the Every Step I Take, which Sting comes out and he pretty much launches himself into being the big thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
He wants to be that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Should had a point, you know what I'm saying? The dancing in the videos, wanting to be the star. Did he wanted to be the star too? There's no way he could be behind the scenes and step
no,
back and let those guys shine, like, type of thing. Because he
no.
just wants to be
He wanted
he
to be
wants
the
to be
main
much
act
yeah, he wants to be much
the
of an
whole time,
entertainer
the whole
as the
time,
rest of the people on there.
which is
Like,
crazy because
yeah,
I see it now. At the time I didn't get it.
yeah,
I see it now. And yeah, this first album, No Way Out, yeah, that's what it was.
yeah,
Just him trying to be the main act. And there's a
yeah.
lot of songs, yeah. I can if you listen to that first album, I mean that was one of my first albums I ever bought.
No Way Out was fire though. I ain't gonna lie,
I
fire ass
loved
album.
it. I loved it. But you can hear how awkward he is in certain moments. Now that you look back on it,
Mm,
how there's a lot of missteps, especially his solo, like the songs where he's by himself. Like you can hear
yeah,
the awkwardness of like he's not saying it right. The cadence isn't there.
I don't think I listened to any of the songs where it's by itself. All the songs I like
There's
have
a lot of
somebody else
them.
on it.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
them. There's a lot, and it's like awkward. And it's like, why are you singing
yeah.
about this? Like, why are you singing about this topic? You know what I mean?
I can't even.
It's
I
like
can't.
topics where it's like you look back now, it's like, why are you singing about this? Like I
I
don't.
can't even. I can't play you. I can't think of one song that I listen to where it's just him by
There's one
himself,
called Senorita
except for
I could
Every
think
Step
of.
I
Remember
Take.
Senorita?
Oh, yeah, I think I kind of like that song.
It's a good song, but it's like it's
Yeah,
awkward. It's just
it
his
might be the
wording,
only one.
the way he's rhyming is awkward. It's like you could tell
Yeah,
he needed more coaching on how to do it.
I feel he has that coaching or probably writers when he has the songs
Or
with
there's that
people.
one with Jay-Z and Biggie,
Oh yeah, young G,
Young
that's my shit.
G's,
Yeah,
where it's like it's good, but Diddy's verse is the weakest verse on that shit.
now these verses kind of hard because Source wrote that verse, so it's
Who?
pretty hard. this guy named Sauce Money who's like a super duper ghostwriter.
But the way he's delivering it,
Yeah, you can
not
learn
is
quickly.
not.
I can't coach you. I can't teach
It's
you how
not.
to
It's
I can
not.
teach
It's
you how to
not
rap.
normal. You could tell it's not normal.
It's
Like
just not him
Biggie and Jay flow. They flow, but you could tell like
because they're real rappers though.
right,
He's not a
right.
rapper.
And that's Diddy's first project, so you can hear the missteps.
Yeah, but he did get better. If you ever heard a song with him,
Yeah.
Biggie
Oh yeah, he
Super
definitely
Cat,
got better. He definitely got better. One of the ones I really love is got money, get money. The 51 that he wrote for him, that's a good, like he flows well on that song.
with Jay-Z and 50 wrote that verse
But
for him.
he flow. You could see the development in his flow. You know, considering his first album. His first album was like there's a lot of songs in that. If you listen to that first album, just in general, it's just like there's a lot of missteps. You can hear it. You can hear it.
Yeah, I don't think I listened to it like that, so I don't even know. I only like the songs that just had features on it. And the only song I like, the only song I really listened to was Young G's, and then the one with Twista. Those are the songs I played the most.
That's a really good song too.
And I Love You Baby with Black Rob. Them is my three songs right there. I listen to them shits like
dude. The one with Twista is like that's the first time I heard Twista. That's the first time I heard Twista ever, ever. And I was like, who is this guy?
Oh yeah. I know Twista from freaking
my first time hearing Twista. 97. First time hearing Twista on that album.
Yeah.
Being
97 was a packed year. I think his first album came out in 97.
Really?
96. Well, no. He came out before that because he used to go by Tongue Twister, and he was more on some like Black Power type of rap. I remember he had the earrings, he had to wearing the African gear. He was Tongue Twister.
I just remember being astonished by how he would, like, how fast he could rhyme. I was like first time hearing someone who could do that.
Yeah.
And then I think I listened to Life After Death after that, where Biggie did the Bone Thugs one, and that's when I was like, damn, like I love that fast shit. But now I don't like that shit no more. Like Eminem does that all the time. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. I don't like the fast flows.
Yeah, I don't rap fast, or I don't rap rushed either.
But back then, it was like a fucking shock. Like when I was 12, I was
well,
like,
yeah,
what is
because there was
this?
like certain people that did it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Now, like even now, like I feel like a lot of rappers, they rap like rush. They want to
right. They want to do a certain type. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to say a lot in a short amount of time. That's why like I don't like my shit is like I rap at a certain pace because it's just like I feel like I was like I don't want to kill you fast. I want to put my hands around your neck and watch the light leave from your eyes. So my shit is like it's a steady pace.
I like that.
It's a steady pace.
I like that concept.
Yeah,
slow flow, or just like kind of like go enunciate the words.
Yeah, even like Jay, when he first started rapping, he rapped it fast. That's where Busta got it from. He's like, yo, when I battled Jay-Z in school, he rapped really fast, and he beat me, and I was just like, I'm never gonna lose another battle again. And he's like, I started rapping fast because
I think I heard that before.
Yeah, he rapped fast, and then once he got to I remember the first time I saw him, he was on this song called I forgot what it was called, but the group was called Original Flavor, and he rapped it fast. He rapped that like dig it today, he rapped like that. But then the next time I saw him, which like maybe a year later, the flow was super slow, and it was Can Knock the Hustle. He totally slowed the flow down, and then I only heard him rap fast again was on Jigga What, Jigga Who, because
I remember that. I remember that. I remember he would
do that.
Did you know? I don't know if you know this. It's kind of a fun fact. You probably know this already. That Eminem was my favorite rapper. Eminem was writing a new song and went to Dre's like he forgot about Dre. He wrote the lyrics. He wrote it to Jigga What, Jigga Who.
Oh, did you
know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He wrote it to that beat.
Tempo.
He wrote it to that beat because that's what he wrote it to originally because he wanted to go like a thing. And then that's when and Dr. Dre talks about that all the time. That's the first time I ever had to make a beat off of the lyrics. Like he's like, yeah, I never had to do that before, but that was the original like concept. And it was originally supposed to be Dre and Snoop. He wrote it for Dre and Snoop, and then Dre was like, nah, you're gonna do it with me. And that's when Eminem was like, because he wrote everything and he flowed everything. He like laid everything out. He's like, okay, this is Snoop's part, this is your part. He did everything. And then Dre was like, no, you're gonna do it with me. which is crazy
Oh, okay.
because there was no beat. He wrote over
Yeah,
Jigga
yeah.
What Jigga Who.
Oh, that's dope. That's
That's
fire.
and
I didn't
there's
know that.
YouTube videos where you can hear like people who will put those lyrics over that beat and it goes
Oh, the beat, yeah.
perfectly with
Cool.
it,
I bet. Yeah,
perfectly with it, which is
yeah.
crazy because yeah, you can hear it if
I
you
can
listen
hear
to it, you
I can
can
hear it
hear
in my
it.
head.
Yeah, you can
I can
hear
hear it
it.
in
You
my
can
head
hear
right
it.
now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
But
dope
yeah,
though. That's
Jay
fire.
M was a huge Jay fan
Yeah,
before
yeah,
he was big. Before M
yeah,
was big.
yeah. Yeah, he's always mentioned him in his top. That's why a lot of this hate, a lot of people will hate uh, you know, like a lot of Jay slander, especially with the whole versus thing and the interview he did like 3 years ago. You know, a lot of people hate, but I was like, uh, your favorite rapper, he's in their top. It's just factual, just because it's a different appreciation for you know the breakdown of techniques and rhyme skills and like it's not a slouch. There's no walk in the park. But every time you put somebody in their list, they would like, even if they're reluctant to say it, they're like, Jay's on there, like, you can't help it, like, what I'm saying? It's just like, we're just biased in our opinion of who we like, but at the end of the day, like, that's cool to hear that. And it was like, wrote that shit to Jigga What Jigga Who. I can hear that shit in my head
Yeah.
now.
Oh
Now
yeah. I
I
think
want
that's
to look up and see
amazing.
it.
It's amazing because
Yeah,
yeah, it
that's
makes
dope.
sense. It makes sense. Like if you listen
Yeah,
to it, it makes sense. Like the whole like just the beat, the way that it goes
yeah,
and
yeah,
flows, you
yeah.
can hear it.
And that's crazy because that beat is like, to me, that beat is slow, but you have to rap fast on it. And that's why I like Twista's first album because it's a lot of slow beats with those weird, like, uh, weird, just kind of like sequences. But you can't rap slow to it because you're gonna sound stupid. You gotta rap fast, and it's a slow beat with a fast rap. It's just perfect. It meshes perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, yeah, I forgot what song it is, but Twisted's first song, like on his new, I think his album's called Adrenaline Rush, but that shit's
Oh,
like
okay.
fucking
It's an
that
old
shit's
album, right?
dope. That's like his first like mainstream
I've heard
album.
that. I've heard
Yeah,
that before. I've heard that album before.
Adrenaline Rush is
Yeah,
fire.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Those smooth ass beats with him rapping fast on it is like
It's not too old. I remember that's the
perfect.
one with I believe it's the one, isn't it the one with celebrity, overnight celebrity on it?
No, that's his mainstream one. This is the one before that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the one with overnight
Yeah,
celebrity.
that's like where he became like kind of like almost superstar status, and I
Right,
think he
right,
was
right.
like
Okay.
going to sign with Rockefeller. That's when they were trying to sign everybody. That yeah. That's when Kanye was making everybody's music
It's a good song.
because he made that.
It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs. I listen to it all the time. It's on a playlist. It comes up. I love that song.
Mhm.
Overnight
Overnight
Celebrity.
Celebrity.
The ending.
Yeah.
When the beat flips. Oh, I love that
Hmm.
fucking song.
Yeah. Yeah. And then perfect example was like slow jams. How he raps
Hmm.
fast on slow jams.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
It's a
I
good
love
song.
hearing a story with Jamie Foxx talking about slow jams.
He
The
talks about
first
all
time he
the
met
time.
Kanye.
Yeah, he talks about all
Yeah.
the
First
time.
time he met Kanye. He's like, who the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
is this
yeah.
kid telling me what to
Yeah.
do? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah. Hell yeah. One
It's
of
a
Jamie
really good
Foxx's
song.
biggest
And you know what's
songs.
crazy is like Kanye, that was I had seen through The Wire first and I had understood who this person was, but I didn't know who Kanye was. Like I didn't know his name, but I had seen through The
Yeah.
Wire on MTV. And then Slow Jams came out. And I remember
Mm.
thinking like, oh, I think I told this to you before probably, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I remember, you know, I saw Jamie Foxx on it, and Kanye. He did a line that said, he did that line. I got a light skinned friend, looks like Michael
Mhm.
Jackson. Got a dark skinned friend, looks like Michael Jackson. And I was like, is this a comedy song? Because Jamie Foxx was on it, and I never knew Jamie Foxx to sing. So I was like, I knew Jamie Foxx as a comedian. He was funny. I remember watching the Jamie Foxx show all the time. So I was so confused on that song. I thought it was a
Oh no,
fun,
no, yeah.
like a parody
Yeah.
song,
Oh yeah, I know you can sing from the show because he sung on
but
that
I thought it
show
was a
a
parody
lot.
song because it was Jamie Foxx in the chorus and this guy saying this line. I got a light skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Got dark. And I'm like, is this a joke? But later
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
as it developed, I'm like, oh, this is real. And I didn't know Jamie Foxx was really trying to be an artist.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he was trying to be an artist.
Yeah, I
And at
didn't
the
know
same
that.
time, he was like being a comedian. But I knew that song was serious because I heard that song on the album before I saw the video.
No, I saw
Before I
the
knew
video.
it was
For I didn't even know this. I didn't even know what the album was. I didn't know anything about it. I just watched the video, thinking it was a joke. I thought it was
oh
a
no,
fucking
yeah,
joke when I first saw it.
nah,
But
nah,
as
yeah, I
you
knew
know,
the
maybe
video.
it
Oh
wasn't that long after where I was like, I bought the album and I was like obsessed with College Dropout.
yeah, no, I know, I knew the song before the video because just being like a big fan of Rockefeller, they would put out a kind of like a list of upcoming albums, and College Dropout was one of their upcoming albums. You know what I'm saying? So I was make sure I was at the record store on Tuesday when they
Great
discounted
album.
the albums.
Great
Yeah,
album. Great album.
yeah.
Still stands up today. That's the
Yeah.
only CD I keep in my car because I have a CD player still.
Hmm.
That's the only CD I have in my car.
Yeah.
If like I have Bluetooth doesn't work or nothing, I can listen to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's tough, man. Bluetooth crashes out, I'm done for. Can't
I,
listen to shit on the CD player.
it's crazy. I just have the disc. I don't have the. I lost the case. I just have the disc.
Yeah. I still got Magna Carta Holy Grail and Watch the Throne, both still in the wrapper unopened.
Ooh, Watch the
Watch the
Throne.
Throne too with the golden case,
That's
with the
the
gold
one.
case.
Watch the
Yes, like
Throne.
yeah, unopened.
That's the one.
Yeah, unopened. My she's not gonna see this, but my daughter's mom, she had like all Jay-Z's albums and like unopened in this thing, and then she had those two separate. I gave her back those ones, which once we like separated, and she wanted that back, but she must have totally forgot about those two. But they're mine now. I still got them.
It's awesome.
Watch the throne, and then just personally, Holy Color Magna Grail is like one of my just my personal like favorite Jay Z
You
albums.
love that album, huh?
I like the album. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
I like the album just because it has one of my. Sometimes it's not even like the whole album. It's just if an album has like one of my favorite songs ever, it just
Which
makes it
one?
like one of my personal. It's called Oceans.
Oh, okay.
It's
With
with
Frank
Frank
Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that.
I
I
know
love
that
that
song.
song.
It's a
I
good
remember
song.
one night, me and my roommate at the time, Brian, he used to work at Costco. I remember we just were. I remember I just was the hook alone. I was deciphering the hook, and me and him sat up all night trying to figure out what the hook was talking about, just because it's so cool and so much like this whole lifestyle that we have no idea. Like it's the boat, the Hermes, the ivory, the cotton. Like the whole hook is like all these entendres. And remember, we set up all night just breaking down a hook, and I was like, "Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs because the hook
Wow.
alone was fire." And then that's when I realized like how super talented Frank Ocean was. So like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
this dude's like kind of like a new age. I know they say Tyler's like the new age Prince, but I think Frank Ocean might be
Nah, I believe
because
Frank
he's so
Ocean.
yeah, because he's so mysterious, and I don't even know if that guy's gonna put out any more music.
Yeah, he's probably not. I mean,
Just
hope he does, but
disappeared.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just I know there's people waiting for him to put out music.
Well, yeah, his brother passed, and that supposedly that's like the reason why he's the one. That's what I
He's like
read.
done with.
That's why he's like done with
Yeah,
music because people are
yeah.
pushing him. Like one of the things that, according to the rules or the word is that
Hmm.
the all the comments were like, oh man, Frank Ocean's brother died. He's gonna drop a fire album,
No,
and
he's not.
that burnt that put him into like a situation where like fuck you guys, like
Yeah,
like kind of like a spiteful, like I will never like fuck you guys,
yeah,
which
yeah. It's like
sucks.
my brother heard music while he was alive, and I'm done with music now because he can't
And it's
hear it no
like, and
more.
it's fair.
So
It's a completely fair thing
yeah,
to do. But
yeah.
ultimately, it's like I really hope he takes the high road and he just doesn't look. I mean, I wish people wouldn't look at the comments and just do their thing and keep growing and do their thing that they love to do. If they love to do music, then do music. If you don't love to do music, then don't do music. Like one of the people that I uh always put in this category is Amanda Bynes. You remember Amanda Bynes?
Hmm.
Dude, I used to fucking love her. Like she's such a great comedian. Like she
Yeah,
was so funny. Like all her movies were great. Like just funny, but she decided to stop doing it. And
yeah,
it's unfortunate for whatever reason she chose to do that, for whatever personal experience she had back in the industry or
yeah.
whatever. She was, whatever happened. But I hope that she would keep going, but she doesn't want to anymore. Now she wants to be like a nail specialist, like a nail salon specialist, and like do nails.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
I
kind of.
follow
I
her
feel
on
like
social media. And it's like if that's what you want to do, then do it. But I really do miss she was so funny.
Yeah, my
Like to
sister was telling me
me,
about their. My sister was like, "Yo, she's like she's one of the ones that went through that whole situation, and so she started like acting crazy online."
right?
My sister's like, she's not really crazy. It's for
No,
it's for them to not target her.
and she's trying to live a normal life now, like a normal
Yeah, yeah,
civilian life. She doesn't want
yeah,
to be part of this, you know,
yeah,
famous cult, famous Hollywood culture, and it's fine if that's what you want to do it. But I really do miss her.
yeah,
I miss her comedy. She had a
yeah.
specific. She would do like like male comedy, but as a
Mm,
woman, like, and it was like funny. Like she could be like I see a lot of. I mean, not to be rude, but I see a lot of women comics nowadays where they
mm,
feed into like, oh, my tampon. Like they feed into the women thing, where
mm,
it's like I get it, that's your niche, but like Amanda Bynes wouldn't do that. She would do regular comedy. She wouldn't go into the
mm,
girl. She would it was like unisex. Her comedy was
mm,
unisex. Like I'm going to talk about us as people, and it was fucking
mm.
hilarious. She would do stand up.
Yeah,
She would do movies. Like she wasn't the girl comic. She was the like everybody's comic. Like if you just focused
yeah,
and listened to her comedy. And
mm,
that's someone that I don't know, as an example, I miss that.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I think when Nelly Furtado said she's done with music just because of when she came out, how much body shaming she was getting. I thought
Yeah,
she looked
yeah.
great. I was like, you just around the wrong crowd because if you come around my people, they gonna be like, damn, you thick as hell, and
I mean,
they gonna
I have
appreciate
no
it. But
problem. Yeah, I have no problem.
yeah,
I thought it was great that she gained the
yeah,
weight. She looked good,
yeah,
but a
she
lot
really
of
look good. Yeah,
I've heard that too. A lot of people were body
yeah. I
shaming
don't
her.
know,
Yeah,
I don't know how much true it is, but I just felt sad about that. That she's like, I'm calling it quits because
that
of just
sucks.
the
Yeah,
body shaming. Yeah,
I didn't know
and
that.
I
I
feel
didn't
like
know she.
that's the power of like social media too. Is like if you feed into it and you let it, if you let it hinder you, it's go bury you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
and that's unfortunate because that's one of the
yeah,
things that they some people say is like don't look at the comments.
yeah,
Just live your life. Just do your thing.
or yeah, or don't even pay attention
Yeah,
to the social
don't
media because
because it's
it's
gonna
like,
fuck with you. It's obviously gonna
yeah,
fuck with you.
yeah. Like I said, it's crazy. It's kind of like it's almost like a drug. You can have 2 million great comments, but you're gonna focus on that one out of that 2 million. That's a
Right,
negative comment,
right.
and you're gonna let that just like drag
And
you.
like honestly, let me be realistic with you. How many bad comments have you written? Like, have you written anything negative on someone?
Mhm.
I don't. So it's
Yeah,
like those
if it's
people
something I
that
don't
do
like
that,
or agree with, I
they're
just don't even
different
say
type of
anything.
people.
Yeah, I just scroll, but I was like,
They're different
yo,
type of
bro,
people.
there was a guy on TikTok that tried to like he I made a comment on a on an animation. It was the Predator Killer versus Killers of Killers, and it was the woman Viking. And I was like, this is my type of chick. Like I just love. I was saying that broadly. Like I liked her character. She was my favorite one out of the three stories. This dude he tags my girlfriend in the comment and was like, "Yo, is this your man?" I'm commenting on an animation.
What
This
the
dude,
fuck?
yeah, this dude tried to like start some
Expose
shit
you.
between, yeah, like with me and my lady. I was like, I could see if it was like
He
a real
researched you.
lady. Yeah, yeah, he like looked up to see that me and her were together, and he tagged her.
How did you
And
know that? That you were
I don't.
together?
He must have went through my friends list, or he must have saw that I tagged her in a post when I posted her. But the fact that was crazy, so I told her like from the Beyonce, babe, this guy is trying to like thinking he's about to like saying start some shit between us. So she played along. It was like she said something that's for Maury. But when I looked at this guy page, he was like super young. He only had like two posts, and then he looked like he just. I was like, I'm not even gonna. And then I really pissed him off when he made another comment and I liked it. And he's like, you don't get it, bro. Cause I know I get what you're doing, but I'm not gonna feed into you. So I like the comment, even though he was digging on me. But I was like, that's crazy that you took time out your day to research who I'm with, what
Wow.
I post, and then try to tag her in the animation. It was totally animation. It was just I was like, that's crazy that people don't have nothing going on in their life to actually do that. To try to, saying, you know,
Wow.
you
And
know,
such an innocent comment too. Like
yeah. I said
there's no
this is my
reason
type of
to.
woman because she was a warrior. That was it. She's not. She's a Viking lady. You know what I'm saying? That was like I was like blown away by that. I was like, this is crazy. Like people do that shit. They try to like just start. Was that going to make you better if me and her was to like have conflict over you
That's
tagging
the
her?
problem
Like,
with social media is like all these people
yeah,
feel like they have power by going
yeah,
in and
exactly.
looking
Yeah,
at your profile, and then the fact that you
yeah,
have like things attached to your profile, people will
yeah.
go at
And
you.
you
And
and then I think you can go. You can see that like I think I have her pinned as my lady, and it's maybe it's a date night or something. So he could see that she's tagging her, but the fact that you go in there, you tag her in it, and was like, "Yo, is this your man?" I thought this was your man. Like I'm cheating on her, like with an animation character. That's crazy.
wow.
I was like, "Yo," I say, "Bro, we're not young, bro. We're in our 40s. That shit don't fly over here." Like you know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
That's
just
like.
ignore that shit, in my opinion.
Oh no, no, I did. I
Like
totally
ignore
ignored
that
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Like just leave her
I have other
alone.
people made like I make good comments on people's like posts. Like if it's something I like, I'm gonna speak highly of it. But I've people have like responded negative to me. I just don't I actually like this shit and then I don't even respond. Like that's how I fuck with people's head. Like I don't even like this shit.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good way to
I
do it.
like it and then won't even respond to it. And they'll be like, what the fuck? He don't get that I'm digging at him. No, I get it, but
Right,
I'm not
right,
gonna
right.
give you that. I'm not gonna give you that energy, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I've come across a lot of positive shit. Like I'm not in that lane of like, even if it's something I don't like or I'm not cool with, I just go past it. I'm not gonna leave a hateful comment that's like dumb. I don't have that type of energy. It's not that important to me.
Yeah.
You know, man. For me to sit there and type a whole ass like this shit is stupid, you're dumb. Like, nah, I don't do that. Nah, I can't. I can't. There was somebody that they sent me something that might have been on some racial shit, but it was like a DM. It was like it was supposed to be a joke, but I didn't take it as a joke. And so I just put a laughing emoji and just kept it moving. Like,
What
you
did
know
they
what I'm
say?
saying?
Can you share it?
It was it was a joke. It was a joke of Donald Trump. And they was talking about Donald Trump is upset that the grass hasn't been cut. And so the lady interviewing him, she was like, well, you deported all the immigrants. You deported all the immigrants, so they can't cut the grass. And then the blacks would just steal everything. Like it was supposed to be funny. I didn't really say that's funny. I thought it was kind of like, especially coming from, especially coming from who it was like the person was coming from. I was like, this seemed like I don't know if this is funny or this is slash racist, but I just put a laughing emoji and
Ah,
just kept it
damn.
moving. Like this is not my thing. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what that's about. You know. So yeah, I don't feed into the back and forth. It's just you know
That's crazy.
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. We're not I think we're like too old for that.
That's
Honestly.
good. That's crazy. You're getting those comments. Crazy
Yeah,
ass
that was just
fucking
like one.
people.
It's been like just far and few in between. Like I'm not on social media enough to be going back and forth. That's why I was like, yo, some of these people that be going like back and forth is crazy, bro. Have you seen the video of the lady that fucking the guy left a racist comment underneath one of her posts and she fucking drove 3 hours to confront the dude,
No.
black lady, and it must have been a white dude or something. He left a racist post. She drove 3 hours with a letter, and she was like, hey, are you so and so? He was like, yeah. She was like, I'm so and so, and you left a comment underneath my post. And she was saying, do you remember that? He was like, yeah. She was like, very mean comment. And she was like, but see how easy it was for me to find you? And he was like, well, she was like, so I'm gonna need you to read this letter and apologize. I'm going to tell your wife about your grinder account.
Whoa.
Yeah. All these. Yeah, I was like, yo, that was crazy.
Damn. Yeah, see, everything's out there, man.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, yo, everybody, because somebody posted that they was like, yo, we thought 50 Cent was petty. He's like, no, this lady that drove 3 hours to confront this dude, she was petty. Like, yo, and dude was like, he had to be shook because he was at work when she rolled up on
Whoa. At his work.
him.
That's the
Yeah,
worst.
yeah, with the ladder. Like, yo, read this. I'm gonna tell your wife about your grinder. I don't even know what grinder is. What is that? Like a dating
You know what that is?
site? Uh,
It's a gay dating app.
Huh?
It's a dating app for gay people.
Oh, so he undercover
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Grinders for homosexuals.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes it even more. That's even more
yeah.
now.
Oh
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
If
I
that's
thought it was just
true,
like a.
then
I thought it was just
he
a
was
Bumble or
definitely
something.
shook. If
Oh
that's true, he
yeah,
was definitely shook.
yeah. She found him on Grinder
That's
or
how
Grinder.
gays
He got it.
meet up and hook up.
Wow. I
It's
had no clue,
basically a
bro.
hook up app. There's no like love relationship
It's
shit. There's
just no,
no. I mean, from my
no string
understanding,
attached.
because I have a family member who's gay, and
Yeah.
they
Oh, me too.
there's no love in that. There's only hooking up. It's
Just
only
no strings
fucking.
attached.
It's
Yeah.
only fucking.
Wow. Wow. Because she said, I'm going to tell your wife about your Grindr account.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's undercover, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here I am thinking it's just another dating
No,
app like
bro.
Bumble
No,
or
no,
Tinder or
no. That
something.
means you're
That's
gay.
insane. Holy shit, that puts that shit in a whole different perspective now.
Right. And I bet you he signed that shit. I bet you he signed that shit.
Oh no, he apologized.
He
But
apologized. Yeah,
still
I
though,
bet he did.
if it got blasted on social media, I think she says his name. She didn't say his last name. She doesn't show his face or anything. But I mean, somebody's gonna see that and be like, "Yo, that's so and so." Even if they don't see him, like, and it's gonna be like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah.
And I think did she? No, maybe the ladies were making it up when they said the wife's name was Susan, but I don't remember her saying the wife's name in the video. But that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's crazy. I'm about to watch that shit. I'm gonna send that shit to you.
Send it to me. Yeah, I want to see that
Yeah,
shit.
that shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's like, see how easy it was for me to find you. That's
Fuck.
what she says when she comes to the door. I was like,
Well,
yo,
yeah. I
crazy
mean, if you put your real
psycho.
name out there, yeah, I'm sure it's easy to figure out.
Yeah, but for the most part, not too many people are making like inconspicuous account or
Right.
where they're hiding their information and shit
Right.
and
Right. I believe it.
identity. So yeah, so because she called him by like his real name, I think his name was Mike or some shit like that. Like
It's like, what's up,
you know,
Mike?
yeah. He was like, "Can I help you?" She was like, "Yeah." So
Hi.
he's like, "Yeah, yeah, got you."
Fuck.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what like the whole thing of just people on social media like that is like insane.
That's
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah, that's crazy.
I know you're tired of loving when nobody.
Yeah, back to my overall Diddy. Like I said, I feel like the guy was just trying to be the man. The man. Yeah, yeah. And the one thing I didn't know was the whole basketball game. To me, that was a shocker. That was at the
I don't
beginning.
remember what you're talking about.
Diddy and Heavy D they put on a basketball game, and the 9 people that died they got trampled.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I feel like that's where it started from, and every I feel like every so often there was something that tragic happened, and he's involved or around it, and it just feel like the chaos just followed this guy all the way from the J Lo shit to the Biggie shit to the everything. It just seemed like the dark cloud just follows this guy. I feel like no, I feel like no remorse or anything on his part. It's all about me. Like, how can I how can I spin this? How can I get out of this? How can I turn this into something I feel like he's got a lot of darkness. I don't want to call nobody evil or nothing like that, but there's a
Yeah,
lot of darkness surrounds
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
And you can see it. You can see it though. Just
yeah.
the bad boy. The artists on there, they either went super religious and nowhere around, or dead. Shine like Biggie, Craig Mack, like Black Rob, like what I'm saying. It's just like you know, it is what it. And now he's just seeing. Sometimes it's not even. And sometimes it's not even about like people like this or that should happen to him. Now sometimes the worst punishment is seeing your empire crumble
Yeah.
right before your eyes, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, type of thing. So hey, it is what it is. Like I said,
Yeah.
I say that's half cup full, but tell you what, Diddy, you can't be fucking with people's girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop doing
And I
that.
think that's what got him. That's what got him with the
Yeah,
documentary.
man.
It's crazy how he only got 50 months
Yeah, he's
time
gonna be
time
out pretty
served. He's
soon.
gonna be out really
Yeah,
soon.
he'll be out pretty soon. Side note, you know who his little henchman is? Is Justin. Justin is what his number two.
Yep.
You
Sadly.
know what I used to think I used to think for the longest time that was Albie Shore's son and that Diddy adopted him because he was with Kim, but that's Diddy's son with the first chick, the Eric Sermon's chick. That's why she looks like he looks like her. But somebody sent me, I'm gonna have to send you this picture thing of where they line the kids up, and the only one that looks like Diddy is Christian, which is the one with Kim Porter, King Combs. He's the only
Really?
one that looks like him. Justin, there's is it JC or CJ? That's Albie Shore's son, and then Justin looks like the fucking security guard. I'm seeing that shit.
Send it to me.
But I'm gonna open you up a whole new little thing that
Okay.
he fucking Justin looks like the security guard.
Wow.
Same complexion, everything. Like that's why not his son. She
Wow.
might have been fucking around with the help. Just saying. But Justin is his number two because supposedly they killed somebody in the back of the studio and don't nobody know where that dude is.
Ugh. Yeah. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was insane.
But yeah, the documentary was nuts, dude. Nuts.
Yeah.
Made
Yeah,
me
I'm
very
starting to think,
sad and made me very
yeah.
privy to what his MO is. I didn't know his thing was stealing girls. I did not
Right?
know that. Like that was like his power move, stealing these people's
Mhm.
girls. So nuts.
Yeah. Right.
But hey, man, I'm about to head out of here. You're frozen.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I know my phone's about to die.
I'm about to get out of here too. So
Yes, sir.
I appreciate all this input.
Yeah.
And,
Feel like we had a good flow.
we did a really good flow.
Went
I
off, but
like
we
I
came
like the
back.
Will Smith shit in the beginning.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Improv kind of
Yeah.
just random talk. Cause yeah, I feel different about him, and I mean, the Diddy shit. I feel like we know if you're a fan of the music of that culture, you know it, but we didn't know the specifics. I mean, even then, like
Right.
I gotta say, you gotta take it with a grain of salt because it's made by
Yeah.
someone who doesn't like him.
Right. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I understand all these like debunked videos coming out now saying, "Wait, this wasn't real. This didn't happen."
Yeah.
But
I
when
feel like
they're
a lot of it is true. Like you can't overlook what's
yeah,
been happening, but it's
of
just like
course,
just how it's spun.
right,
You know,
exactly. And
that's
then
all it is.
the fact that 50 went on ABC to promote the
Right. This guy's
documentary
just out of
because
control.
ABC is like the one of the channels they show in prison. He did it on
Yeah, you told
purpose
me
just
that.
so Diddy could see it. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah,
That's
that's
nuts.
insane. At the end of the day, he's doing his press run with this thing.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
Smart.
Fucking nuts.
He knew Stranger Things was on a break. He had the number one shit on Netflix. Like just smart dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Netflix, Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Right. So that shit's been able to live for a good like almost a month.
I mean,
Then
it's like number 2 right now on Netflix.
yeah.
If you go
Yeah.
on
What's
Netflix
number
and you
one?
look at I don't know, probably Stranger Things. I don't know.
Probably Stranger
But
Things,
but
yeah.
but but I know it's up there. It's definitely up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's number two, definitely.
Yeah, it's so easy. Like I tried to watch it today. I'm like, I watched it already. I'm like, I want to watch it again. So
Yeah.
sometimes I have to dig down, like where because I don't like to do the search bar. I'll just go down
Yeah.
and like just look
Yeah.
like manually, and it
Mhm.
wasn't hard to find because it was number 2 today. So I was like, hell yeah,
There you go.
it was easy to watch again. Yeah,
Yeah.
but hey,
Hell
man,
yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate this. You're the man.
I know how we do. Yes, sir. Got you, bro. We gotta get Bashi in here.
Gotta get him in here.
Yeah,
Get his point of view.
yeah. I definitely want to hear his point of view.
Yeah, he's funny. He'll fucking talk
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah, we got to title that one "The Reckoning Part 2."
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a good
All
night.
right, my dude. You too, my dude.
Yeah.